Hello guys, welcome to my channel Developer Singh and I am Jaskaran Singh. This is another video in Flutter video series. In this video you will learn about basics of Dart programming language. But before starting, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe it and don't forget to press bell icon to get notified for latest updates.
Starting this video, Dart is an object-oriented programming language developed by Google. We will use Dart along with Flutter framework to build iOS and Android applications. To know more, we will go to language.Like. Here it says that Dart 2.4.0 is live. Paint your UI to life. You can control your UI and paint it as you want by using Dart programming language, and it is easy using this language. If you have any doubt regarding the Dart programming language, you can go to the document sections here and clarify it by reading the documents they provide here. Dart is a client optimized language for fast apps on any platform. You can use it to make apps for mobile, Android and backend. So using Dart you can make apps for Android, iOS, that is mobile, and also for web. You can also make web application. That is very cool feature. Here it shows an example of this UI of climatic app or an app which shows the weather, and we will build these kind of apps in this series. You can read this whole website in your own free time, but we will start by doing try Dart. Here it gives an online Dart editor where by default there is a program to print hello world. You can run it by using run command and it will show hello world. Now if you want to print, like I want to print Developer Singh, that is our channel name, so I will just say Developer Singh and will run it, and here in console we will see the output which is Developer Singh. So let us learn what this piece of code says. So first of all we have a main function. Main function is the function where whole execution starts or takes place. Whenever a program is run, it is the main function that is run. So here in the main function it says print Developer Singh. So print means put this into the console. So here we see the output Developer Singh. So this is the basic code or a very simple example of a Dart code. So now we will learn what variables are. Variables, as the name suggests, are the stored location where you can store data. You can have the variables of different data types. Data types are used to identify the type of data we are handling, whether it is a number, it is a string or anything else. We have a generic data type called var in which you can store items of any data type, like I can store a string in this var data type. I will say var India. Now what it does is it makes a variable, a generic variable of name country, and assigns India to it. Now if we write print country and run it, let's see what happens. It prints India. So what happens is it creates a memory location and names it country and assigns India to it. So India is stored inside the country. So now if we print country, it will print India. So we can also have a specific data type, like a data type of string which stores a sequence of characters. So here we have a data type string and a variable name of data type string. So it stores Developer Singh, which is our channel name. Now if we use the print statement and print the name, you will see that it will print Developer Singh. So this is string data type. We also have the data types, other data types like integer to store the numbers without any decimal point. If we want to store the numbers with decimal point, we can use double. Double is used to store floating point number 3.2. Now we can print these. So to concatenate two different data types, we use double quotes, and inside double quotes we use dollars sign to print, like $age, $D. Now if we run this, we will see that it will print 19 colon 3.2. So this is how we concatenate two different data types, or concatenate two different variables. We also have a variable for storing boolean values, like if we want to store the values like true or false, boolean is used. So if we print this, we will see that it says true because the boolean variable is true stores true. So these were some primitive data. We can also use comments in our codes, like this. We use double slash and we put anything after that will be used as comments. Comments are used to increase the readability of the code and are not executed during the runtime. So you can make single line comments by using double slash, or you can make multi-line comments by using stars, slash, asterisk and asterisk slash to make multi-line comments. So what you can do is you can use constant and final. So constant is used whenever you want to make a variable constant so that it does not change during the program run. So now during the whole program, we cannot change the value of the age as it is constant. We can also use final to give final value to a data type, like if we give final double D is equal to 3.2, we cannot change the value of the D. So what is the difference between the constant and final? Constant, if we want a variable to be constant at compile time, we use const type, and if we want a variable to always be constant, we use final type. So let us think of a situation where you can use const and final. Let us assume we are making a program to calculate the area of a circle. So in that program you can make the value of pi, that is equal to 3.1, constant or final. So now we will learn about type test operators. So type test operators are used when we have a long program and we forget about the type of the variable we are using. So type test operators are as, is and is not. About as we will learn in further videos, and is and is not we will learn now. So if we print age is string, and let us run this and check what it prints. It prints false because age is not of type string, it is of type integer. Now let us change this is to is not and run this. It should print true because age is not string, and here it prints true. So these are the type test operators. These are used to check the type of the variable we are accessing. Now we have something called loops. So loops are used to execute a part of code n number of times. So we have for loop, while loop and do while loop. For loop, here you can see we initialize I to 0, then we check if I is less than 10, then the part of code following it is executed, otherwise it is not executed, and after each step I is incremented by 1, and then again the condition is checked. If it comes out to true, then I is less than 10 and the part is executed. So let us print I and check what it prints. So before checking, let me comment everything out so that you can understand what is happening here. So let us run this and see what happens. It prints 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. We also have a while loop which we can use. So executing the same code using while loop would look like this. So we will initialize I with 0, then what we will do is we will check if I is less than 10, then we will print I and increase the value of I, and then again check if I is less than 10, we will increase the value of I, and this will go on till I is equal to 10 or greater than 10.
So let us now learn about another interesting thing, which is functions. So what are functions? Functions are a part of code which are executed as a single unit. So let us learn about functions. So let us make a function named do something. These brackets show that it is a function and it must have a body. So what body is what needs to happen when we call this function anywhere we need. So let us print developer sing. And now if we run this, we will see that it prints nothing because we have created a function but we have not called it anywhere. So we need to call it in our main function. And now if we will run it, we will see that it prints developer sing. So by default, the return type of the function is implicit return type of the function is void. So we can use it to return specific data types like string. Now this function returns string developer sing when it is called. So when we run it, this do something is replaced by string developer sing. And as we have not used the print command, it is showing nothing in the console. So to print it, we will need to wrap it inside a print statement. Now if we run it, it will print do something. We can also pass values to the function, which is known as passing arguments to the function. We will understand it with the help of an example. Let us create a function addVar to add two things. We will add a and v and will return an integer a plus v. So we will call it inside our main function. We will create a variable sum which will store the result returned by the addVar function and pass 20 and 30 to it. And now we will print sum and see what happens. Now if we run this, it will print 50 because the sum of 20 and 30 is 50. We can also use optional variables to make an argument optional. We can wrap it inside a square bracket. So a variable wrapped inside a square bracket is optional. You need not to pass it every time. So like in this thing, we have made C an optional variable. So now if we run this, it will print 60 because 20, 30 and 10 sum becomes 60. So this was about optional variables which you can make in our function. So this was all about today's video. In the next coming videos, we will learn about classes and objects and many other things about the Dart programming language. So if you like the video, please like it and share it, and please subscribe our channel. Thank you.